Brain Candy Podcast.
Woo! Welcome to the show.
Welcome, episode 935. We are fresh off the heels of a Colorado Rocky Mountain High reunion.
Yes, it was.
And I mean, we put the high in Rocky Mountain High because I still feel like I am like knee deep in wine and edibles.
Yeah.
After my, Beach Boys experience.
I mean, how else are you going to see the Beach Boys? We had to tailgate.
The funny thing was, I was calculating it. I only had 3 that whole time. I think I was like so focused on the music.
Yeah.
That I didn't indulge, but it felt like I was because I was high on the music and the beach
totally get
and
it.
the boys.
And the energy and the good vibrations, as they say.
For real.
It was so fun.
So good to see you. It was so fun. Red Rocks is gorgeous.
Yeah, Susie got to go to Red Rocks for the very first time, which I feel like is a spiritual experience in and of itself. I mean, that is the most beautiful venue. I wonder what other venues people say are like the best in the world, people's favorite place to see music. Mm-hmm. I don't know of one that tops Red Rocks.
It'd be hard to top that.
For beauty, for just like, it's great.
It's hard to believe it exists.
Yeah.
Because it's built into like a mountain.
Yes. Built into the side of a mountain, and you feel like you are in nature. And so anytime the music is that, I mean, I guess it depends on what you like. You go there. But like, I feel like the Beach Boys just, it is all about like fun times, and I feel like and there's some connection to the outdoors. It feels like Beach Boys is such surf music, which feels very like outdoorsy. And so Red Rocks just feels like it feels like you need to be listening to the Beach Boys outside. That's
I know.
I couldn't imagine going to see that in a stadium, arena with a roof on the top.
Yeah, I have seen them inside theaters many times. And it's great, but I mean, there is something about the summertime Beach Boys experience. I was telling Sarah, though, the only bad part about seeing the Beach Boys there is that a lot of people just go whilst they're maybe visiting Denver, and when whatever's playing at that venue while they're there, they'll just go to that show. So then when I harass people who want to talk about the Beach Boys, there was some tepid responses.
I was very, very surprised at that. I mean, when you explain it, it makes a lot of sense. But I'm surprised at how many people were kind of like, oh, it felt almost like you were the Disney fan standing in line waiting, and you're asking everybody what's your favorite ride, and they're just like, oh, I'm just here to have fun at the park. Yeah,
exactly.
You're like, what?
Yeah. I was like, yeah, okay, but what's your favorite?
Right.
So
was there anybody who really, went?
Nobody went crazy.
Yeah.
Nobody went crazy for any of the... Yeah, there were some people that had a favorite song, but none of them were losing their marbles like I was.
Right.
But that just meant I was the number one fan there. So
you were.
I mean...
Number one fan. Made it up onto the Jumbotron.
Oh, yes, I did.
That was very exciting.
But Sarah, here's what's funny. I can't remember if I talked to you about this before I left. But so the venue has, kind of like tiered bleachers, kind of, but they're wooden. And I have bruises on my butt, like all across my butt from dancing on my butt. Like whenever.
From like bouncing up and down?
Yeah. And I was like, why does my butt hurt? And then I took a gander, and there are marks all across my butt from my dancing. It's
from your seat dancing.
So intense.
Well, I will say, normally it's more comfortable seating than that, and we did have a blanket we didn't put down, but some dicks in our row were either not aware of what actual seat number they were in, or I think they were in the wrong row. But it made it so we were smashed like sardines.
Yes, we were.
Into this little section. And we had really good seats, but it was all I can do to not lose it on the people sitting next to me, to say, scoot the fuck over.
Yeah, get scooching, people.
I feel like that next time I'll do things different. So if you're going to go to a venue that has seating where the seats aren't individual seats that you can actually sit in, it's like a bench and you have to just claim not a bench, but like a,
Yeah.
like,
It
I
was
guess
just
a
like
bench.
a plank of
Yeah,
wood. Yeah.
just a row, free seating. Here's what we should have done. One of us should have sat in the farthest number, the highest number, and really like
Yeah.
you got to like
Yes.
stake your claim.
That's right.
I should have been the one sitting there, like nobody move, and I don't care if there's nobody next to me or if you guys are
Yeah.
going to get snacks
Hey.
or whatever. I should have not moved from that end seat, and because I did, people were like scooting over.
Yeah.
Oh, I got
People
so mad
got
at that.
fast and loose.
Fast and loose. And I'm not afraid to yell at people who are sitting
No, it was
in
great.
my chair.
She doesn't put up with anything.
No.
It was masterful to watch you hold people accountable, Sarah.
Well, because here's the deal. These are not like the nosebleed sections. These are seats where we paid a pretty penny.
Top dollar.
Yes. So I'm on to make sure Susie gets what she paid for. And that does not include sitting on somebody's lap. This is not
Yeah.
Frontier Airlines.
No, it isn't. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jeez, I gotta
But it
yell.
was fantastic. What a time. What a time I had. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for all of your efforts. It was just glorious.
Yes. And you
I
got to
loved
spend
every
some time with
second.
my cute little girlfriend.
Yeah, Sarah was a late arrival. You
Yes,
were
I had to go to camp.
busy. So it was almost, let's see, it was nearly 2 days. We had her all to ourselves.
Yeah.
And we were just enjoying it, but we were missing you too.
I missed you.
I was
but,
worried you felt left out.
I did a little bit. I did feel a little not left out, but just like, oh, I want to do those fun things. You know,
We went on a lovely train ride,
you went on a train ride.
a
How cute is
locomotive.
that?
We were riding the rails. And because I've been riding the rails a lot lately, I took the train down to San Diego when I was in LA.
Yes.
Thank
How
you
was
so
that?
much for that tip. Sarah gave me the best tip, which is the Surfliner,
Yes.
whatever they call it, trip
Mm-hmm.
on Amtrak. And all along from the coast, from LA to San Diego, it takes 3-4 hours, not even 3 hours. And you just drive, you're going all along the beach,
Gorgeous.
the ocean.
No traffic.
So pretty.
You can do whatever you want on
I was reading.
Yes.
There were snacks.
Yes. See, more people need to take the train. That was how we got down. We would always spend the summers as kids, like with our friends of the family who lived down in Orange County. My mom used to just put me on that train
Good times.
in Ventura County, and I'd get off in Orange County. It
Yeah.
was fine.
Sarah's been riding the rails for ages.
I sure have.
And I'll tell you what else she's been doing for ages, and that is taking Ritual vitamins.
Yes, I have.
I mean, it's like
Yes, I
10
have.
years and counting.
Sure is.
I remember when
I'm
Amy
not
asked me,
stopping.
she goes, Suze, do you take supplements? Because you guys were being complimentary and saying I was fit or something.
Yes.
And I was like, well, a multivitamin?
Yes.
Remember?
And
Like-
protein.
Yes, of course. Yes, I take protein. And both of them are Ritual. Their protein is delish too. Vanilla, yum. And everybody's like protein maxing.
Because we don't get it from food
Yeah.
often, especially
glad people are
processed
doing it.
food and
Yeah, it's 20 grams. And it's the pea protein magic.
Yes.
I don't know. It's great. You guys
I
are
love
gonna
I
it.
love a pea protein because sometimes the other proteins will make my
Yes.
skin break out. Not good.
Not for me. No.
Yeah.
And their multivitamin is amazing. It tastes great. It's easy on your stomach. It's amazing. All their products are so good, and they're third-party tested, which I really like. So you know that they're the real deal. So why not shake up your Ritual? Get 25% off your first month of Ritual when you visit ritual.com/braincandy and add essential protein today, because that's an easy way to get all that protein you guys are craving.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Let's get started on our learning.
Yeah, let's learn some stuff.
Well, I mean, this isn't really learning, but I am in love with the Billy Joel documentary.
Oh, yeah?
Come on. He's so good. I love
He
him
is so
so
good.
much. I saw him twice at Madison Square Garden. If you didn't get to see him there, I pity you because it was essential. He did that residency for,
Wow.
I think, 10 years or some crazy amount. And he sold out every single time.
Wow.
It's
That's
astonishing.
impressive.
But you can see why, though, when you watch the documentary, because the catalog of tunes is just, you just think, how the hell did he write all those, you know?
Yeah.
Just
And
one
he does
after the
seem like
next.
he's from that era of songwriters where they really were writing their own songs and they were making the music.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
He's an original for sure.
I was intrigued by him doing the documentary at all, though, because he's famously always said he was never going to do a memoir and he wasn't going to do a documentary because he claimed that his life story is in his song lyrics. And so whatever you want to know, just listen to his music. And
I like that.
I don't know how these filmmakers persuaded him, but what they did was they used his songs to tell the story of his life. And so
Isn't there a Billy Joel musical on Broadway?
there was for a second, Moving Out. Was what it was called. Yeah. I don't think it's there anymore.
That would be.
I don't
I
think
like
it
when they do
lasted.
that. Okay, so I love the idea of using his songs to kind of illustrate maybe those portions of his life or those chapters of his life.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. When they talk about his mom, they play the song, about her, named after her. Same with Christy Brinkley and his first wife, Elizabeth. She was the one that was, she's always a woman to me, all that stuff. But I mean, even if you don't like Billy Joel, it's fun to watch because these celebrity documentaries are really just a way to see like the human experience through like a particular person.
Totally.
It's just all the same stuff we all have. Heartbreak, betrayal, joy, having babies.
Do you have a favorite Billy Joel song?
Yeah, I do. Vienna is my favorite.
Oh, that makes sense.
I love it. I love a Highland, what's it called? Summer Highland Falls. That one's not as popular, but I love that he is pretty much as sophisticated musically as you can get. He knows every Beethoven, Bach, Mozart, every classical piece he can just play.
Wow.
But he's like this fucking blue collar, New Jersey, like Long Island, sort of rough and tumble guy.
Yeah.
He likes to talk about boxing and stuff like that. He
He
always
worked
ends
on
his
the
concerts
docks, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, he like wants to be like a working class kind of guy. And he always ended his concerts by saying, "Don't take any shit from anybody." But he always takes shit from people, and people steal lots of money from him and stuff.
Oh.
And like
well, that's
he's
sad.
actually a sweetheart. Like he's still friends with like all of his ex-wives and stuff.
Oh.
Like even
Is he a short guy?
Yeah, he's 5'5" or something.
Oh yeah, in my mind, I'm like he has short guy, like vibes, which I like.
He's a doll. I love him, and he's excellent. He's an incredible songwriter, composer, and yeah, it's a great doc. So
Yeah.
Sue's reviews, 2 thumbs up.
Okay.
Okay. Other than that, though, I read this adorable article in the New York Times about this guy called Dan who just died recently at 92.
Oh.
And he read, I forget the exact number, but about 3,500 books in his lifetime. And he kept a list, a handwritten list. And so his daughter wanted to give out the list at his funeral to everyone that came. But it was 100 pages. And so she couldn't like realistically print this thing out. And so they created this website. It's called What Dan Read.
Cute.
And it's just the cutest thing you ever saw. And the article was just describing like his love of books and how he read thousands of books, and then he would write them down. He would sometimes write like little review, like if he liked it or whatever, and he'd include the date. And he started the list in 1962. And they were just kind of making the point that books can be such an important texture of your life,
Yes.
And that if you look through his list, you can see like different eras of time, like when he was working I think he worked at a juvenile detention center. And so he was reading a lot of books during that time about like adolescent behavior and stuff like that. And how if we all had a list, we could probably track what we were going through or stuff like that. And it was just
the same way when you make your favorites, when you like songs, and like Spotify will, you go back in there, you can just imagine what you were doing in the past.
Yeah. And just, I don't know. He had real eclectic taste. He liked fiction and nonfiction, and he'd read. But this guy, think about it. He's like 92. So remember when, what's the McCurdy girl's first name that wrote I'm Glad My Mom Died?
Oh, Joanne?
No.
I want to say it starts with a J.
Jeanette McCurdy. Okay, great. Good. Thanks. We got there.
Good.
Yeah, like he read her memoir.
Oh.
And you just wouldn't expect like a 90-year-old guy to be reading
that.
about a Nickelodeon girl's life story. And he really liked it. And he thought she was a smart gal who, wrote well and whatever. And I just thought, that's so cool. I want to read crap like that when I'm 90.
Now I want to know more about him. Is he a straight man?
Yeah, he had kids and he was married. His wife died last year and then he started to deteriorate.
He sounds really interesting.
He does.
Like the guy who's...
I'll tell you more about him.
Yeah, I want to know.
He was in the Jesuit seminary. He was a devout Catholic. And then he dropped out and joined the Peace Corps.
Oh, man. I like this guy a lot.
I know.
This sounds a lot like my grandpa. My grandma Eleanor's second husband.
Mm-hmm.
School counselor.
Like salt of the earth, man.
Yeah. Like
just simple.
Those guys are.
I know. Those are the good guys.
He's a good guy. You can just interested in learning about people, wanted to document the books he read. Like that is really cool. And read all those just like.
And almost all the books came from the library. And so they were honoring him when he died. They were so sad. I want my library to miss me when I'm gone. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. He should get... So I used to live near Laguna Beach. And in Laguna Beach, there was this man who was like famous there. And they called him the greeter. And he was this man who would hang out in the corner. And when he passed away, they made a statue of him. And so there's still a statue of the greeter there. And it kind of feels like the library should make, these are the kind of people that I do want like statues of. Like I want like a bench where he's reading a book and it's just his statue next to the library. Yeah, and you can like sit by him. Like I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because this guy was just probably, just a simple family man, worked hard, read books, and I also love that it was a handwritten list. There's something about that that's so just darling. And so the way that they created the website was not just typed, like you can actually see his original handwriting and all that. It's real cute. And I bet he would be so excited that they did this article in the New York Times.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
I can't.
That's so cool. So that was you could check that out in the New York Times. So good.
I love seeing people. When I was at camp this past week, there was a little gal who came up to me. She was wearing a shirt that said bookworm. And of course I was like, well, I love your shirt. Yeah. So cool. And then I was like, well, I want to steal that idea for podcast merch.
Totally.
Book club merch. And then she was like, well, guess how many books I read this year? And she's like, I've already read 3 at camp. She's like, I'm on 100 and something. Like she is just burning through books. I'm like, this is the kind of person who should like make a little list. And
that's
she's
so
gonna
cool.
grow up. Like, isn't that cute? Like I love seeing that kids are still excited about reading. We had a few kids at camp who were addicted to their books, carried around the book everywhere they went and just wanted to read. I'm like, oh, thank God. There's still some of them.
I was also inspired because he read, in 2021, it said that he read Bill Gates' book, How to Avoid a Climate Disaster, which I haven't read. But he was at that, so that would have been 4 years ago, his late 80s, that book inspired him to adopt a vegan diet. I freaking love that. This is
That
such.
is really cute.
I mean, evidence that you can teach an old dog new tricks,
Yes.
and you can still learn and grow.
And he really reminds me of that story. Have you heard that story where like a young boy's like walking along the beach after a hurricane or some storm, and there are all the starfish that have washed up on shore, and the little boy is picking them up and throwing them back into the sea, and the old man comes by and is like, "What are you doing? Like, you're never gonna get all of them into the ocean. Like, you're not ever gonna be able to save them all." And he picks up one and looks at it and goes, "Well, yeah, but I'm going to save this one." And we're like, "It matters to
It
this
matters.
one." And so it feels like this guy is like that. Well, it matters for those 4 years that I'm still on this planet for me to adopt a healthy vegan lifestyle or do something to give back. Like that really is
so
beautiful
cool.
and
I know.
inspiring.
So
See, that is statue worthy, right?
I mean, I am against statues, as you know, but he definitely deserves something, and he deserves a round of applause. So, Dan Pelzer, I heart you bad. I love you. What a
Yeah.
special fella.
That's
R.I.P.
That is real cute.
So yeah, that was adorable. I love that. I'll tell you what else I love, and that is my daily look clothes.
Oh, yes. I was staying at a friend's house and I saw her box arrive, Daily Look, and I was
Wonder what was
dying to
inside.
know what was inside because I know that what she gets in there is going to be so different than what I get in there because they're clothes that are really picked out by a real person.
A real person.
Just for you.
Just for you. Mine lately has been just what I wanted to. It'll be like, usually there'll be a pair of denim somethings in there, which I freaking love denim always. There's always like some cozy sweatshirt. It's just like all the stuff you're like, oh, I need, but I'm never going to go hunting for.
Right,
And so
right.
it's just so fun to get. You never know what's going to be in there. Have a look-see. It's the #1 highest rated premium personal styling service for women. And like we said, it's a real person picking out
Yeah.
your threads, which I love. You take the quiz and you tell them what you like and all that. It's time to get your own personal stylist with Daily Look. Head to dailylook.com to take your style quiz and use our code BRAINCANDY for 50% off your first order. Once again, that's dailylook.com for 50% off. And make sure you use promo code BRAINCANDY so they know we sent you. One last time, dailylook.com, promo code BRAINCANDY. I'm due for another box, actually. So hopefully
Nice.
I'll take some pics and you guys can see what's in there. Okie dokes. I saw a funny headline today. Maybe you saw it. It was on the BBC, and it was about a Danish zoo.
Oh,
Did you see it?
yep.
Good grief. They are just saying, hey, if you have any pets you don't want, we could use them to feed to our animal predators at the zoo.
Okay. Now, at first glance, I thought, this is outrageous. This is cuckoo crazy. They're basically saying like, hey, you got some extra guinea pigs or bunny rabbits? We'll take them off your hands. But then I thought about it. And maybe this isn't the worst idea for animals that are already in line for euthanasia.
Oh, well, like who? Who's in line?
Well, I don't know. Maybe like a old dog or cat.
Yeah,
Circle of
yeah,
life.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
I mean, I hate the idea of my precious Bo being ripped to shreds and mauled by a lion, but
yeah.
They need live animals.
Yeah.
These predators, especially there was one, I think it was some kind of lynx, a certain kind of predatory
yes.
cat that's
Yes.
very rare and
They're
endangered.
very picky eaters.
And they're picky eaters. And they need to be eating food that's closest to what they eat in their natural habitats.
Okay,
Which is
first of
stuff
all,
with bones and fur. And they need the bones and fur.
they also will take horses.
Yes. And you get a tax break. Now, and I also, but here's the thing, like, if I were on the other end, if you were somebody who, say, raised horses and you've got this old horse, I would imagine it's probably costly to get rid of a horse, right?
Why don't you just bury it?
Well, I don't know, because I feel like if you're going to just bury it, why not just give it to the lions?
Yeah, they only want healthy ones, and for some reason, you have to have a horse passport. What?
I didn't know what that was either.
What are you saying?
Yeah. That
Can you
there's a
imagine
horse-
those photos? I feel like mine's bad. I mean, what are we talking about? And they need to say what they mean when they say that.
Right. When they just go ahead, like willy-nilly throw in horse passport into the article.
Must
and
have
like,
a horse
come again?
passport. And then I also thought
Is
it
that
was
internationally recognized?
right.
What if they were like, you're going to need your real ID?
Right. Right. They got to go
What
to
are
the
we doing?
DMV and they're pissed. It also said, and I thought this was funny, that small animals can be donated on weekdays with no more than 4 at a time without an appointment. Okay, everybody. So if you have if you have more than 4 unwanted pets, I think that's a red flag.
Maybe this was a situation where the guinea pigs got out and now your guinea pigs are multiplying.
Yeah, I had
Those
that
things
happen.
those things procreate fast, right?
Yeah, they
Or
do.
rabbits.
Yes.
Post Easter. This feels kind of like not the worst idea, but it sounds at first glance like
It's weird though.
cuckoo
It's like
crazy
why
and
all of a
inhumane
sudden?
and well, the thing is it I think it's now being introduced publicly, or they're asking the public. But from what I read, this has been going on for a long time, and that they've always fed animals that were these small game animals.
I don't blame them for that.
I don't either.
I think the
And now I think
problem
maybe
for
we're
me,
just aware of it.
I just don't like the word unwanted.
That is
pets.
true. That is the word.
Like if
That
they
is
said what you
difficult.
said, oh, are you going to euthanize your pet? Are they not long for this world?
Yes.
Well, good news.
Right.
And they say that like, so you bring in your live pet, right? And then they said that don't worry, we have people that will euthanize them in a humane way
Right.
before we let them be ripped to shreds
Right.
for a
Oh
meal.
God.
I think it's so funny.
It's
bizarro, but
I
I'm
mean,
sure.
One of the most traumatizing experiences of my life, believe it or not, and I've had many.
That's
There was this kid I was friends with in school, elementary school. I must have been like 4th or 5th grade, and he had a snake. And we had to go to the pet store. I could picture it to this day. I could see everything about the pet store right now in my mind. And we had to go to this pet store and pick up food for a snake. Now, when he said we need to go pick up
Right.
food for the snake,
You
my
were
little
thinking-
fourth grade mind was like, we're gonna get some
Kibble.
snake flakes. I don't know, like
Totally.
fish flakes, like that's gonna come in some adorable form. No. We went and purchased a live mouse, and
Yeah.
then the owner of the store, the
Ugh.
employee, took the mouse by the tail because he said that the animals like fresh meat. It needs to be fresh.
Yeah.
They won't touch it if it's not fresh.
Mhm.
But his snake was a baby, so it needed to be killed. So he took the mouse by the tail,
Yeah.
whips it around,
No, he didn't.
smacks it on
Oh,
the
yeah.
counter,
Okay.
and murders it right in front of my eyes.
Oh my. That's not right.
That is not right. In front of a little 4th grade girl?
No. No.
Could you even imagine?
No. That's sick.
Sick.
I was
So-
going to say mousticide, but I guess it's pesticide. I mean, that's what you witnessed. You
Like,
witnessed pesticide.
And there's something that happens when it's named. And in my mind, I was like, oh, it's so cute. And then all of a sudden it was murdered. Like my mind did not have it.
Murdered.
This is food.
Yeah. That's
It's
really
so weird that
I'm
some
sorry
of
that
us
happened
keep
to
the.
you.
Thank you, Susie. Some of us keep the prey and some of us keep the predators as pets.
Mhm.
And that's weird.
That is weird. Do you know how many times I watched the clip of you talking about moose meese? Oh, here she goes.
I
She's
have an
getting
answer
serious
for this.
again.
I have an answer. I have an
What?
answer. We need to talk about this. The reason that the plural of goose is geese, but the plural of moose is not meese, is because goose derives from an ancient Germanic word. However, moose is a Native American word added to the English lexicon only about 400 years ago and lacks the etymological reason to be pluralized in that way. So Germanic versus Native American in origin.
Do you find that an acceptable
Absolutely not. I think
reason?
my reason is way better.
Yeah, you're like, that is a dumb one, and
Yeah.
yours is the good one.
Yeah, I'm like, there is some wordy things to back me up, but I think what I said feels better and is more right.
Wow.
So
That is really funny. Okay, well, at least there is a reason.
Right.
I'll take it. But that clip, I got to send it to you because I haven't posted it yet. Like, whenever you go, I don't even want to ruin it, but you're just like, I can't do it. It's so funny. And then you're like, mice meese, I'll give you that. That part gets me every time. Like, as if you're offering me like an olive branch.
Alternative.
Yes, I'll give you that. Moose meese, no.
No,
It's
absolutely
so
not.
funny, Sarah. Okay, sorry, I derailed.
gosh,
But
it tickles
anyway,
me.
all right. I appreciate that there is an explanation.
Yeah.
It's
Not the best one, but it
yeah.
has to do with words, you know.
All right, fine. Also, shout out to my sister Renee who gave me delicious cookies for my birthday, and I can't quit eating them.
Oh, yum. What flavor?
They're
What are we
Cheryl's cookies.
What is that?
They're Cheryl's.
I have no idea what you're saying.
The lady's name Cheryl.
No, we
cookies.
have a famous Amos, but we don't have a Cheryl.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. We got a Mrs. Fields,
Oh yeah. Hmm.
but I don't know who the Cheryl lady is.
That's so funny. I wonder if it's East Coast.
It seems like it.
I thought it was nationwide.
No.
But anyway, they're sugar cookies and they're so good.
Oh, yum.
So anyway, shout out to Renee.
And Cheryl.
Okay, and Cheryl. Okay. So there was a scandal recently wherein a doctor and an anesthesiologist were performing cataract surgery on a man,
Oh, God.
and there was a complication and he died during the procedure. What?
I'm just scared. Anytime I feel like those, because you're about to tell me a story that's going to be terrifying about people that I'm supposed to trust, and those are always the worst kind of stories. A doctor and an anesthesiologist. Oh Jesus. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so his wife was like, "What do you mean?" Because you know how cataract surgery is no big whoop, right?
That's just like a slip, like slice, do something.
Yeah, it's
do
like
something,
magic.
It's done.
Yes, and she was like running errands and then came back to get him, and he's dead. And so she was like, something ain't right, you know?
Yeah.
So I guess she filed some sort of malpractice situation or whatever because she was just not buying it. He's fit as a fiddle, she said.
Foul play.
Yes, she did. And I don't understand how this came out, how this could possibly have been like reported, but the investigation found that the doctor and the anesthesiologist were playing music bingo during the surgery.
I don't even know what that is.
Right. And okay. Well, according to them, the game involves listening to songs on a cell phone and making a board with song titles. So you just make a bingo board with song titles and then okay. Number one, why? But number two, like, how could that mean you kill somebody? I mean, you'd have to be really into bingo.
Yeah.
Like,
what is what? There's more. We're missing a piece to this puzzle.
Right. And then he died of cardiac arrest. So how does that got to do with the music bingo?
I mean, unless they failed to, like, do something in a timely manner.
Okay, well, I think this is what happened, but I'm just putting the pieces together. They didn't directly say it.
Yeah.
It seems like what might have happened is that evidently during surgery, there's like signals if your vital signs are
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And I think maybe the doctor turned off the audible tone so that maybe they could hear the music bingo better.
That's insane.
So like maybe they missed like the whatever
Okay.
visual signal.
Yeah. And
Because
maybe
they were
this
like
was like
pumping up the jams.
they were like, we've done 1 million of these. Nobody ever goes into cardiac arrest when we're doing cataract surgery. Let's just turn down the volume and we're going to listen. And they were listening for some
For
song
songs.
titles. And so do you think
What do you
it
think?
is? Here, this is fucked up, but I'm more curious at how they put together this bingo game, like how the bingo game.
Yeah, there's too many songs.
And
How
but
are you
I'm
gonna
thinking
get
it's
any?
more like words. Like,
Oh, but
does
it
the
said
song
titles.
title contain the word love, or
That would
and they
probably be
have-
really fun, actually.
I know.
We should
Not if
play
it led to
song
murder.
Right. No, it is not better than murder, or like worth murdering, but it does feel like a real fun game. Why isn't everyone playing it?
Kind of like, when we do our bingo boards and it's like if they say
New York
if Susie
Times.
laughs quietly or
Right.
if
Or
I do,
Sarah
I don't know,
goes,
whatever.
"Sus."
If I go, Sus, then you check off. So I think maybe they did it like that. They were
Okay.
just putting down song.
What do
Does
you
this-
think? Do you think that if you were a judge or a jury, that you would be like, yeah, she's entitled to
Yes.
a settlement?
Yes. Absolutely. Because
And
they're
it's
turning
negligent.
your like they're turning something that should be very serious and very like by the books into playtime, into
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine what as a therapist, me in session making some bingo board for when a client says
somebody
something
cries.
that's fucked up.
Okay,
That's messed
fair.
up. That takes away from your job as a clinician, as a trusted person in that space. It really,
Well, do you think
I
that
don't
they
like
should
it
be
at
allowed
all.
to listen to any music at all? What about ambient, Enya,
I mean, I think music is fine. I
Classical.
just think that you can't turn it in. I think that
no games?
the music should not interfere with your ability to do your job. If it does, and that takes priority or that becomes distracting, then you can't do that.
I guess that's why I was even asking, like, do you think she's entitled to a settlement? Because
Yeah.
even though, of course, I think that that's shitty and could be negligent, I don't know how you say, like, they're not allowed. Like, what are the rules? What are operating surgery
Well,
rules?
I would imagine it's something like if you had a certain, I'm trying to think of they're not going to tell you can't paint your nails a certain color. But if you had nails that had like that were so long that you couldn't hold operating tools, or they had things that could fall off and then become a hazard, there should be some limitations on things. I'm trying to
Yeah.
think of anything, or if I had
Yes,
like,
I agree with you.
piercings or something. I'm trying to think of something that would get in the way of me being able to do my job, or
Yeah,
say
like how
you
you got to tie your hair back. and-
yeah, something like that. Or if you could wear whatever shoes, but you can't wear 20-inch platforms because that would be crazy. There has to be some, like, you have
Standards.
to be discerning. Yeah. Like, what is in the best interest? And it might look like a lot of gray area, but
Do you think that he
feel
had
like-
the cardiac arrest because he like heard them doing it and he couldn't like say anything about it? Do they put you under for cataract surgery? They don't.
well, it seems now like they do. I mean, if they're using an anesthesiologist, they're doing
That's
something that's
right.
like
Good point.
It's more than maybe it's more than just localized.
Wow. What if
Right?
you woke up and that's what your
Dude,
doctor
that's my
was-
worst nightmare.
Yeah, trapped
that is
inside.
my worst nightmare. But I was reassured in my most recent surgery that is a thing of the past, and that won't happen, because what anesthesia is really doing is it's making you forget that you, even if you did get locked in and you were awake, the anesthesia drugs now are designed to wipe your memory, basically. And so you wouldn't even remember that period of time anyway.
Are you serious?
Yeah, well, that's what they told me. They were like, you actually don't need to worry about that because what it's doing is wiping out your memory, which is why you can't really remember things after you wake up. You're conscious, but you won't really remember maybe until you get into the recovery room or something like that.
That's bonky.
Yeah, so that put me at ease. I was like, "Oh, thank God! Just
puts you at ease.
wipe out my memory if that
Eternal
that
sunshine.
happens." I do not want that to happen. It's my biggest
All right.
fear. Ugh.
You know how I'm mad about like dental stuff?
Yeah, all the time.
It's just driving me nuts. And I saw this article in the New Yorker, and the premise was that a lot of people go to this town just across the border in
Oh yes.
what's that place? Tijuana kind of deal. And they call it like Molar City or something.
Yeah.
And it's like known for dentistry, and you can go and it's best in the world. These are amazing physicians and dentists who best in their field, but then they charge you like $0
Right.
practically. It's like really affordable.
Yep.
And so I was fascinated by that, but also like the article, New Yorker is always very thorough. And so it was describing why it is that we have the scam situation as it is, where for no good reason, teeth are treated like not part of the body. They're
Right.
not covered by healthcare.
Even
Why?
though they're so important and so linked to your overall health.
Yeah. And so, first of all, they were saying the reason for that was that at the beginning of medicine and dentistry, physicians insisted that they didn't want anything to do or their work to be tainted by tooth pullers. Like they felt like they were,
They're
beneath
better
them.
than that.
Mhm.
Okay. Because I suppose that back in the day, it's just one cure. Give me that tooth. Yoink.
Yeah. And so that was seen as rudimentary and
Right.
probably
Now we know a
archaic.
little bit more. Yeah. Okay.
And
okay.
then in
Makes
the late
sense.
1800s, the dentists, they sort of followed suit. And so then they got their own schools and offices and specialized equipment and really didn't want to be governed by regular old doctors. So like, I don't know if there was sort of a rivalry there or whatever, but anyway, now we're stuck with this dumbass system.
Yeah.
And they were describing how we all know this to be true, but dental insurance is basically the opposite of health insurance. So like
such a
the
scam.
more you need, the less it will cover.
Yeah.
So like they'll cover your cleaning
Mm-hmm.
and maybe a cavity or two. But like if you need a root canal or something
Yeah.
serious, they're just like, "Oh, sorry, we don't handle that," which
don't
is
do that.
the opposite of what healthcare is like,
Right. Totally.
And so I can see why a lot of people just skip dental insurance altogether. And then when they need something, just go to Yucatan or wherever the heck.
I get most of my cleanings in Costa Rica.
Okay. Yeah.
They're great.
And they're great.
Mhm.
And if you did, let's say you had
$40 in and out.
$40. And think about it. I pay $100 a month
Oh,
for dumbass coverage.
right.
What? 2 cleanings? Thanks.
Right.
I
No,
think I
not
want to go to
worth it.
Costa Rica too.
Yeah. Way better.
Yeah. And if I had to get like a lot of work done, like the root canal stuff, which by the way, it's a real racket. That was the other thing they were talking about, how like now they have all this sophisticated imagery and stuff, and they're basically like making shit up.
My girlfriend just got a crown put on this morning.
Sarah,
I know.
tell me, did she have pain or was this discovered via
I think there was maybe some that was discovered via like it was like
X-ray?
a deep one. Yeah. And
I
they
would
said,
be
"Oh,
getting
you
a
got to
second
keep an eye on this one," and then it needed some
Well,
drilling.
and then all these dumb crowns they put on, they last like not long.
Right. You eat one gummy bear. Next thing you know, back in the old dentist chair.
That's true.
I know.
What are the other things that make your teeth do bad? Like they crack your teeth? Like the foods that are dangerous?
Like
Taffy,
Werther's candy.
caramels?
Yep. caramels.
Gummy bears? But what are the hard ones that like crack your tooth? Nuts? What are people cracking their teeth on, Sarah?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not cracking my teeth very often.
I feel like there's like stereotypical cracker foods.
Yeah,
Tooth
like a
cracking
popcorn
foods.
kernel. I could see that.
Yeah, you bite
accidentally
down wrong.
Yep. And you know the one that always does it for me is I accidentally bite on a fork or something. Have you ever done that where you just bite into a utensil?
It's hell.
Oh, that is just the worst pain.
Yes, it is. It is.
Why? And you
It's
just
not
then you have to do
right.
the thing where you check your tooth, and you're
Yeah,
like,
you check your
"Uh-oh,
tooth.
did I just?" Mm-hmm.
And
I'm
you know
currently
how like
rocking a chip on the front of mine.
I didn't even notice.
It's flat, but it needs
You
to
can
be.
feel it or something.
It's been there for a couple of years now.
And you know how like the stereotype is that a lot of people have the reoccurring dream of their teeth falling out.
Yep.
The teeth crumbling.
Yep.
And like I see why, because it just feels like you go into the dentist and it's someone up in your grill
Terrifying.
shoving metal in there. And now I always say, like, we put a man on the moon. We make silent cars, but somehow we can't make quiet dental tools.
This is such a good point.
Explain it.
It makes no damn sense.
Like your Prius, people are getting hit by them because they're so quiet. And those drills sound like death.
Just the sound of it, the idea of it is terrifying to me.
So dentists, explain yourselves. I haven't had a one in my DMs. I don't know if they're just so sick of me they turned it off and they have found another podcast. But not one person has been like, Suze, actually, not one. So
The
tell me,
other
what's
thing you
the
could go
story?
south of the border to get done is veterinary work. My friend's dog needed both knees, like knee replacements, and like both back knees or something. It was like, I think it was knees. And in the US would have been outrageous. It was like $13,000 or something like that.
Holy.
Mexico, $3,000 for like both. knees.
Stop.
Yeah. And took all the same information, like the diagnosis that the vet gave her in Mexico was exactly the
That's
same.
right.
Exactly the same. They pointed out all the key areas. They said all the same things. This doctor was like known for doing just these kind of knee surgeries because it's one that's really common on pit bulls, and this is where like a lot of those dogs like just
Yeah, they
happen
tend
to
to
be
have
there.
the same problems.
And they have the same problems. And this person was like an expert. My friend was like, yep, just took my dog down to Mexico because her boyfriend's from there. And he was like, no, we're taking the dog down here to this amazing, vet and animal surgeon. Dog's doing great for 1/1,000,000th of the price.
For real. So I'm just saying, Dennis, I'm watching you and I would like some answers.
Yeah.
And I'm passionate about oral hygiene, but I'm also passionate about not being scammed. All right.
Remember when they told me I had a hopeless tooth? Well, nobody's talked to me about that in about 10 years. So how hopeless was it really? Sounds like another scam.
Sounds hopeful.
Yes. That tooth is doing just fucking fine. And not a single dentist has told me that since.
How do you explain that? Just scam.
How do you explain that?
It's either incompetence or lies.
Right. So who's the liar?
Yeah.
Current dentist or past dentist?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because what was the recommendation? Rip it out and put an implant in. They love saying that.
They wanted to, they were like, we have to watch that. Might need an implant.
They love implants
Because the
so
root
much.
is only 20, like some root to tooth ratio, blah, blah, blah.
Root to tooth.
Fucking fine.
Fucking fine. And she's like mainlining gummy bears. So
I totally am. I eat so much gummy candy. That's like my go-to. Nerd clusters? Yes.
yeah, they are good.
They are so good.
I can see why those guys went viral.
I didn't get it for a while. Then somebody had me try it and I was like, oh fuck, these
Because it's like
these
sweet and
slap,
sour.
as the kids are
They
saying.
slap hard. All right. Next up on the agenda. Okay. So the article was about a Backstreet Boy, Brian Littrell. Perhaps you've heard of him. He's that one that's like kind of like all American looking, like
Brian is a Backstreet Boy?
Yeah, Brian Luttrell. And he's bland and boring. Or is he a... Yeah, he's a Backstreet Boy.
Okay. Brian Luttrell. Who is this guy? I can't believe that I don't know
I can't believe it either.
this.
What are you, a Kevin
Oh,
girl?
yes. God.
Yeah,
Wow.
Kevin.
I know him, but I couldn't tell you. He is white bread.
Right.
Wallpaper.
Nothing interesting about him.
Nothing interesting going on there. Okay.
All I know is from previous, he loves the Lord. I knew that about him.
He seems like that.
Yeah, and I think his cousin is in the band. Kevin, I think, is his cousin.
Yes.
Kevin.
Now, Kevin I know.
I can get down with. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, the headline was just about how Brian Luttrell is fucking pissed at the Florida sheriff because they are not enforcing like the rules about his beachfront home, right? So people are like walking on his.
Oh my God, I fucking hate these people.
It.
I hate beachfront owner.
Me too.
Bullshit. You don't own the beach.
You don't own the beach.
You don't own the coastline. Fuck all the way off with that. This is something that I would like go out and protest for. I'm not even kidding.
I agree 100%. It's gross.
I hate what they're doing because this is ruining other countries too. This is really, when I went down to Mexico, I was in Tulum, and technically all of the coastline is public. However, the area where the tide, the highest high water mark, then becomes property that you can buy. So what people do is they will buy the land and then make the access to the beach, like, sure, it's public, but how are you going to get there?
That goes on in Malibu.
You can't get there without walking through and spending $55 on a day pass or some bullshit that.
They block the access to the beach that is public.
Rage filled.
It's wrong.
Over this. I'm so upset. Okay, tell me.
Okay. I mean, basically just that it makes me really mad when these rich people think that they are entitled to something that is a collective public good, such as the shore.
The shore.
Like, go fuck yourself. You think you own the ocean?
And they're always the worst when people are like the videos that I've seen of those owners trying to get people off their property are just the gross to me.
Mm-hmm. It's a gross concept. And Florida's laws are the same as you described, where you own the sand up until that high water mark, and then it's public.
Yep.
And so I'm sorry, sir. You bought the property. You knew the deal.
Right.
And I'm so sorry that probably 4 what are they called? Backstreet Boys are maybe trying to hang out on your sand. But I think you'll be okay.
I do too.
Go fuck yourself, Brian Luttrell.
And I think some people are mad that climate change is happening, so their shores are getting more and more eroded. So that shoreline is sneaking farther and farther
Oh, that's
up.
fun.
Yeah.
I like that it's not fixed. Like it can move.
Yeah, it might be right into your living room, and then guess what? I'm sitting there watching TV with you. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I hate
Those
people
are the breaks,
like that.
buddy. Right.
I
so
don't
I
think
thought
that
we
we
could rage
should-
about that.
Yeah, and what are the rules in Malibu? Malibu is
It's
a little
the same.
bit. Is it?
Yes,
But it
because
feels like people are more okay with people walking on that.
yeah, but there was the same problem with the access. There was people that were blocking there were like alleys that let you in, and they were like purposefully
I hate that.
preventing people from going there. And that's really sad because you're limiting it to the people who need it the most, who don't have yards.
Mm-hmm.
And
you're saying,
have the money
I'm
for
so
land.
special that I get this area of land just for me.
Just for you.
That is, it's not ours. It's
entitlement that
it totally
reject.
is. And I honestly don't think that I would feel different if I were an owner of beachfront property.
I would probably feel the same, and that's why I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't want people around. Okay, don't buy that piece of land, you dumbass.
I think there's a way to do it. 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 I think there's a because it really is so fun. Talking about Costa Rica again, my mom used to live right by this area, Tamarindo, where the low tide, like the difference between low tide and high tide is huge. It's like a massive, that water line would be so far,
Mm-hmm.
the tidal shifts are so big. And so there is a lot of this, like beachfront sandy area.
Mm-hmm.
And every day at sunset, everybody goes out there and they all clap as the sun goes down.
Stop.
And it's really fun. And everybody's together and there's like the bands playing and people are having drinks. And it just feels like
Yes.
you get to have that beautiful community and those great moments.
That's a good way to think of it. Like it's all in how you're framing it.
Yes. So if that would be that could be really fun if your neighborhood, your area, like where everybody goes to watch the sunset, and because of how, I don't know, I feel like people are very respectful of that place too.
Mm-hmm.
That there's not trash everywhere. There's not, people making the beach gross. It's really nice, and it's a lovely little moment where the neighborhood gets together.
Yeah, we have
And I
so
want
few
more of
joys,
that.
Brian.
Right.
Give us a break here.
I know.
What else did I want to do? Either, I don't know, prosthetic eyes or...
Go on.
Okay.
As somebody who most likely will encounter macular degeneration in my life, this seems very important for me to hear.
You need to know. Okay, this was in the New York Times again, and this was covering this gal named Christina Leitzel, who she does these prosthetic eyes where instead of just getting an eyeball,
Oh, this is cool.
you can do like designs and like
Yes.
pictures, artwork and stuff in place of like, or over the pupil and stuff.
Yeah.
And first of all, I didn't even know this was on the table. Like this is something that you could do. But they are fun. They're fun little eyeballs. And some of her colleagues who work in the prosthetic eyeball community industry just are like, don't like it. They worry that her fun eyes are going to confuse like medical devices, which is what prosthetic eyes are, with like a prop or a costume or something that's like
Why
not
can't it be
ser-
both?
Why can't
That's
it be
some
both?
bullshit.
You ever
I
hear of
don't-
eyeglasses? We
Come
make
on.
them look all kinds of cute, and they're a
Come on.
medical device.
And it's if it's not affecting the usability of the item,
Yeah.
which it's not, it's that a prosthetic eye in that way is just a fill-in for, it's really just to make the person and the a person they're interacting with feel more comfortable or more, it's like normalizes that so we don't have to wear an eye patch or have a hole in our eye. Why can't it be decorative?
I remember very early on in Brain Candy when we covered the problem that, you know how there's a stigma about wearing like a hard of, what do they call it?
Yes, yeah. A
hearing
cochlear
aid.
implant.
No, even just a hearing aid when you're
hearing aid.
older, you know?
Okay. Yeah.
And so a lot of people then don't
Right.
use one and then they can't
Right.
hear and then they lose friends, whatever. And we were reading this article that talked about how like they should make hearing aids stylish in the way that we've done with glasses because a
it'll
lot of
make
people
more
wear
people wanna
glasses
use
that don't
them.
even need glasses.
Yes,
They just like the way they
absolutely.
look. So to me, this
Totally.
feels like an extension of that. However, I guess Christina can be a little bit sassy, and some of her eyeballs are more irreverent than others. And one, I guess, had some sort of penis situation. And this is what her like medical professional association said, that she was lowering the esteem of the profession with that penis.
That's bullshit. I don't care about that.
And she does something which I think is kind of smart. She requires that her new patients first get a standard prosthetic.
Yeah.
which that costs about $5,000 before insurance. So if you were to just pay. Yeah. And then she'll create a fun one for $500.
Okay, what's wrong with this?
I know. I think it's cute.
And it's your eye. You should get to do whatever the fuck you want with it.
Yeah, if you want a penis eyeball, I mean, that's not for me. But
Right.
who am I to judge? So I thought that was really cute.
Then I do think things like that, maybe you get into like it's not covered by insurance unless it's like a standard one.
Well,
but
I guess it depends on your insurance, maybe.
then that's fine. I don't have a problem with that.
Well, yeah, it's custom.
Yeah,
sure
get
there's
whatever
different-
you want.
Get whatever you want. Shut the fuck up.
Shut up. Right.
Shut up.
If it were a he doing this, I feel like people wouldn't be as upset.
It was a real fun article to look at too, the New York Times, because it had like video and like really cool. You could really see the detail. I mean,
Yeah.
it's all hand painted, these pieces. I mean, they're really intricate and beautiful. I didn't know about the penis one, but I mean,
Yeah.
she's talented, this gal.
And what's the difference of like saying I'd like blue eyes or I'd
People
like
are so
my
precious
eye to
about
have like
everything.
a Vincent Van Gogh Starry Night in it? Just like who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
And then it's like, oh well, this is allowed, but this isn't allowed. Oh, there's a fly. I really want to kill him.
It's like people are looking for something to be mad about.
I got him.
I'm happy for you.
Thanks.
All right. Well, that's all I got for you today. But I was glad to be back in the saddle because it's been a minute, and it's good to have you back from camp.
Thanks, Suze.
Laughing
I'm
and
happy to be
learning.
back. I'm happy to be back.
Yeah, we gotta rest up. We gotta recover from our adventures, both of us.
Right.
But
being like burning the candle at both ends.
yeah, for sure. But you got to do that in the summertime because it doesn't last long. At least I feel like I have to make the most of every day in the summer.
That's right. And it's quickly turning into fall. We're going to be having our spooky episodes before you know it. And it's almost time for our live show.
Spooktacular.
Yes.
It's very exciting stuff. We got a lot going on. We better rest up.
Yep.
All right, friends. We will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
In the time it takes you to actually board that flight from Group 8,
Now boarding Premier Altitude Elite Club members.
you could have bought a Hyundai on Amazon. Yes, that Amazon, where you buy everything else.
Mid-tier Altitude Elite, feel free to board now.
So while you're waiting for them to make up new boarding groups, you can order your dream car and the dealer will have it ready in no time.
Now boarding groups 1 through 7.
So close. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details. Limited availability, pickup through participating Hyundai dealer in select markets.